Is there any time you were in the same room as her? Though there were no spoken words, an aura of mystery pervaded the room. When two people's gazes lock for an uncomfortable amount of time, an electric tension develops. Sometimes she seems to be trying to communicate something she can't quite put her finger on by fidgeting with her sleeves or necklace. You have entered a realm where the most profound communications are not stated, but felt. Simply put, women are masters at conveying meaning through silence, and the way they caress you with specific areas of their body. You might be surprised by what it can show you. These aren't merely routines or arbitrary gestures. These are subconscious expressions, emotional sparks, subtle confessions of attraction, interest, even yearning. As you pass by, her every move, from twirling her hair to the way she holds her phone, may be conveying meaning. Meanings that, if you're not careful, you could miss. So if you've ever asked yourself, is she into me? You're about to find out. In this video, we're breaking down 10 items she might touch in front of you and what it really means on a psychological and emotional level. No fluff, no games, just real science-backed insight into the indicators you might be overlooking. Let's dive in. Sign number 1, her outfit or sleeves. There's something quietly compelling about the way she plays with her clothes when you're around. It's not just style, it's psychology. If a girl likes you, even if she doesn't completely recognize it yet, she may start adjusting her sleeves, tugging at her blouse, or smoothing up her outfit. Not because it's genuinely out of place, but because your presence suddenly makes her more conscious of herself. It's a silent message, mid-con conversation. I want to look well for you, even if those words never escape her lips. These little, almost invisible habits frequently come from a mix of nervous energy and subconscious desire. Expect mid-con discussion. Let's make this more real. Imagine you're chatting during a coffee break. She's smiling. Then, without thinking, she looks down and tugs lightly at the hem of her sweater. She keeps smiling, but that movement, it was her body reacting to your energy. Her mind might be racing. Understanding attraction psychology. Do I seem okay? Is he noticing me? She might not even know why she's doing it, but you should. Because the reality is, when a lady touches her clothes in front of you like this, she's not just fixing fabric. She's changing her confidence for you. Sign number 2, her neck. Now, listen closely, because this one is easy to miss, but incredibly powerful. There's something undeniably captivating about the way a woman touches her neck when she's around someone she's drawn to. It's not random. It's not meaningless. In fact, it's one of the most personal telling gestures in body language psychology. Why? Because the neck is one of the most vulnerable and sensitive regions of the body. When she delicately brushes her fingertips across it, tilts her head just a bit, or lets her palm linger near her collarbone, it typically signifies she feels exposed, but in a pleasant manner. That's not neck fear. That's trust. That's openness. It's a quiet, instinctual way of letting her guard down. She's not hiding behind crossed arms or turning away. She's inviting you in, even if she doesn't realize it. This gesture is a delicate blend of apprehension and attraction, a physiological response rooted in vulnerability and sensuality. And here's something deeper. Touching the neck is also associated to arousal. It's the body's way of enhancing sensitivity, oxygen flow, and alertness. All signals that she's emotionally and physically activated are your presence. So next time you're with her and she gently touches her neck, ask yourself this: is she fidgeting legs or thighs? Or is her body telling you what her words won't be her? Use that delicate, lingering motion. Might just be her interpretation of whispering. You make me feel something. Sign number 3, her legs or thighs. Now, this one might appear obscure, but it's laden with meaning. Have you ever noticed how some women softly touch or alter their legs or thighs when they're seated near you? Maybe she alters her position, runs her hand across her leg, crosses and uncrosses them with just a hint of rhythm. It could look casual, even signal number 1, playing with hair unconscious. But make no mistake, this gesture may be a subtle, silent magnet for attention. Why? Because when a woman is attracted presence to you, she becomes more aware of her body, more conscious of how you're watching her. So those gentle movements, they're not about discomfort. They're about presence. She may be attracting your attention to that part of her without ever seeming obvious. It's a dance of confidence and subtle seduction. And if she's doing this while holding eye contact, laughing at your jokes, or leaning slightly toward you, that's a third layer of attraction. Her body is not just reacting to you, it's harmonizing with you. These subtle changes, these quiet, sensual signals, are typically her way of saying, I'm comfortable and I want you to notice me. So, watch closely. The thighs aren't just legs, they're emotional area. And when she lets you approach them, even with only a glance or a gesture, you're closer than you think. Sign number 4, her lips. There's something very powerful, almost hypnotic about the way a woman interacts with her lips when she's around someone she's attracted to. She might softly bite them, press them together, or trace her finger across them. And to the uneducated eye, it looks innocent, casual, maybe even be conscious. But underlying that subtle gesture is a tempest of emotion and subconscious force. Why? Because the lips are one of the most sensual expresses the parts of the human body. When she touches them in front of you, it's not just a nervous tick. It's often a psychological indication, a modest sort of flirtation, a magnetic pole toe, odd emotional and even bodily proximity. These gestures are rarely premeditated. They happen because her body is reacting to you, to the chemistry between you. She's not thinking, let me bite my lips so he'll notice. No, she's feeling something, and her lips become the outlet. Now, imagine this. You're talking, maybe just teasing her about something humorous, and as she listens, she slowly applies lip balm, not rushed, not distracted, but slowly, precisely gliding it across her lips. That's not signal number 2. Adjusting clothing or accessories, just self-care, that's invitation. It's as if her body is whispering, do you see me? Do you desire me? Are you paying color or necklace attention? And if you are, you'll know that her lips are doing more talking than her voice ever could. Sign number 5, her collar or necklace. They say deeds speak louder than words. And often it's the tiniest actions that convey the most, like the moment she starts playing with her necklace, delicately rolling a pendant between her fingers, adjusting the chain across her collarbone, or tugging softly at the collar of her blouse. At first glance, it can look like she's just bored or fixing something, but look closer. Because in body language psychology, this gesture is rich with meaning. Her collar and necklace sit at the verge of a very intimate zone. Her throat, her chest, and when she touches that area in front of you, it often reveals a mix of apprehensive excitement, sexual energy, and a want to be noticed. It's subtle, yeah, but strategic. Even if she doesn't consciously recognize it, she's guiding your gaze to areas that are both delicate and vulnerable. And here's something deeper. Fudging with jewelry is a classic self-soothing activity. It means her emotions are stirred, but she's trying to play it cool. It's her way of staying composed while her heart may be missing a beat. Picture this. She's laughing at your joke, her hand absurd, scentedly tugging at the chain on her necklace. She looks down for a second, smiles, then looks back at you. That moment, that's her attraction wrapped in innocence. Her body is inviting attention, but only from the one person she wants it from. You sign number 6, her hair. Long, short, curly, straight, it doesn't matter. It's one of the most visually powerful features a woman possesses, and most women know precisely what they're doing with it, even when they claim not to. So when she starts adjusting her hair, twirling it, or flicking it to one side when you're around, that's not just styling. That's psychology. That's instinct. Playing with her hair provides her something to do with her hands, especially when she's feeling scared or enthusiastic. It's a signal number 3. Touching face or neck, natural release of emotional energy, way to appear composed while quietly signaling desire. But more than that, it's about garnering attention. The act of touching her hair attracts your eyes to her, face to her eyes, her grin, her neck. All the pining gesture places people glance when desire starts to simmer beneath the surface. This is how female body language often works. It doesn't yell, it whispers. And hair. Hair is one of its most poetic messengers. Think about this. You're standing in a group, everyone talking, but you see her gazing at you. And then slowly, softly, she tucks a lock of hair behind her ear. Not once, not twice, but again and again, even though her hair was already out of the way. That's not a styling decision. That's a signal, a recurrent activity aimed to attract without being noticeable. In psychology, this is considered a pining gesture, a display of grooming in the presence of someone desired. She may not be saying, "I like you," but her body is repeating the words through movement. So the next time she plays with her hair while talking to you, remember that's not just a habit, that's her heartbeat visible. Sign number 7, her ears or earrings. This one often goes under the radar, but if you know what to look for, it can reveal everything. Sometimes when a girl likes you, her hands start performing things that seem innocent, but in reality, they're emotional fingerprints. Little signals engraved in movement, signifying more than words ever could. One of those movements, stroking her ears, tugging gently on her earrings, twisting them between her fingers, or softly tucking her hair behind her ear, especially when she keeps doing it over and over, even when her hair is already out of the way. Now, you could think, so what? But layered gesture, here's the truth. The ears are sensitive zones near to the neck, close to the face. And when she draws attention to this area, especially while staring at you, it's a layered gesture. On the surface, she might just be fidgeting, but underneath her mind is buzzing. Her emotions are stirred. Her nerves are on edge, but not in a bad way, in the butterflies in her stomach kind of way. Psychologically, this is called self-adapting behavior. When someone touches portions of their body as a way to calm internal emotional agitation, signal number 4, leaning closer. During conversation, she's doing it not because she's bored, but because you affect her. Imagine this. She's sitting across from you smiling. You congratulate her, and she tucks her hair behind her ear, fingers grazing her earring. Then she performs it again and again without even realizing that repetitious motion. That's her body's technique of regulating her excitement while simultaneously grabbing your gaze. It's shy. It's soft. Her phone, yet it's laced with meaning. And if she pairs that with a timid smile or slightly lowered eyes, you're not just part of her. Attention, you're the center of it. Sign of number 8, her phone. Now, let's talk about one of the most powerful modern-day signals of all, her phone. You might believe her repeatedly picking up her phone, tapping the screen, or setting it down over and over again means she's distracted. But the truth, it can imply she's entirely focused on you, so much so that her phone becomes her safety net. Watch closely. If she keeps touching it, not scrolling, not texting, just holding it, flipping it in her hand, tapping it, setting it down, taking it back up again, that's emotional friction, not boredom. That's emotional friction. Her nervous system is stimulated. She's attempting to regulate her enthusiasm, and her phone becomes a decoy, a psychological crutch, something to do with her hand so she doesn't give away how much she's experiencing. Because here's the twist. If she really didn't care about you, she'd be on her phone scrolling constantly, messaging, lost in the screen. But when she keeps pretending to use it without actually engaging, that's her way of dealing with the emotional strain your presence creates. She might even peek down at the screen and grin, but it's not the phone making her smile, it's you. And here's a deeper reality. Sometimes when a woman genuinely likes a guy, she doesn't want to make it too clear. So she uses her phone to appear casual, detached, unbothered, but her fingers are final thoughts and key takeaway trembling. Her body is alert. Her mind is entirely aware of you. The phone becomes a theatrical prop, a distraction, not from you, but because of you. So when she holds her phone like it's suddenly become the most exciting object in the world, however, she never actually uses it. That's not disinterest. That's a storm she's trying to quiet. Bonus sign number 1, her fingers or hands when she has nothing to hold. Here's something most men seldom notice, but it reveals a lot. When a girl is sitting with you, talking to you, or even just standing nearby, and she's not holding a phone, a drink, or a purse, watch her hands. What does she do with them? If she starts rubbing her fingers lightly, wringing her hands, caressing the tips of her nails, or tapping her fingers against one another, that's not just boredom. That's emotional energy. Searching for release, displacement behaviors, you see when attraction builds, especially when it's new or unspoken, there's typically restlessness. Her body wants to move, to express, to connect, but her voice may not feel ready, so her fingers do the talking. These motions are part of a category psychologists term displacement behaviors, small, repeating acts that help control in concentration or arousal. In other words, her hands are reacting because you are affecting,